welcome back to a brand new video. And today I'm going to be telling you why Attack of the Clones is my favorite prequel movie, and why it beats out Revenge of the Sith and The Phantom Menace. Because so we're to start now. Let's start at the beginning of the prequels. Let me break down the movies a little bit. I'm not going to break down every single movie, but I'm going to explain why this is my favorite movie. Episode 1 was a really bad movie. The plot was horrible. I didn't like it. The dialogue wasn't as good. The only reason it isn't the worst Star Wars movie is because Liam Neeson was great, Jake Lloyd was great, and Ewan was great in that movie. And I thought it was, but that's the only reason it's not the worst. Otherwise, it'd be below Rogue One, Solo, and Last Shadow. I'm sorry to say this would be above it, but they would just swap places. Not like that, it would just be above it by one. And it was so bad. But so I swear people would have stopped watching. Here's my theory. People would have stopped watching the prequels. Nobody would have saw Revenge of the Sith if Attack of the Clones it wasn't as good as it was, right? Episode 1 didn't do as well in the box office. Didn't make as much money. I mean, it made money, but it didn't make a lot of money because nobody liked it. People left the movie probably halfway, maybe less than halfway, because they didn't like the movie. But when Attack of the Clones came out, people started to say, "Hey, maybe this movie, maybe the trilogy's, starting to, it's slowly becoming a bit better. Maybe I might give these movies a chance." Then Episode 3 came out and was super good, but without this movie saving the franchise, the prequels, then nobody would have watched Revenge of the Sith, and it wouldn't have been as good, and that movie would have failed so horribly, and the movie would have been it wouldn't be on Disney Plus right now because it's not making them nobody watched it. And here's also the reason why. Here's more reasons why Attack of the Clones is so great. Those are my two main reasons why. A theory is fine. I'm gonna make a theory video, like a short, maybe talking about the Force Awakens and why Kylo Ren lost to Rey, but beat Finn. But I felt like Hayden Christensen was so good in this movie. A lot of people would say this is a hot take, but it's completely true. He played Anakin perfectly. And I agree with Star Wars Theory in the fact that he did. I think that I think Anakin deserved too much hate. Don't hate on the actors, which is a lot of people don't understand. Don't hate the actors. They're just doing their job, doing what they're told, right? They're told to act a certain way. That's why they're called actors. They're told to be who they're supposed to be. They're told to act a certain way. Blame it on the writing. Say the writing was bad, because that's exactly what it was. But this movie was great. The writing was better. The plot was better, and everything about it. Because if you saw from why the Star Trek Motion Picture is terrible, because the plot was terrible. The plot was bad. That basically ruined it for me. If a plot's not interesting, then the movie's bad. That's my opinions about movies. If the plot's horrible, then the movie's horrible, unless the acting sort of saves it. Ewan McGregor, again, one of the top actors in there. But Hayden Christensen is just better. In every sort of way, I love Hayden Christensen more. He's one of my favorite actors. He's like the best actor in the entire world. You might disagree with me, but I think he is, especially in this movie and the next movie he was in. But I think that this movie really was a good start to saving the franchise. This movie's why I think this is what we're going to call it. Why Attack of the Clones saved the prequel, the prequel franchise, the prequels. Otherwise, people wouldn't have seen it, watched it. And then Natalie Portman acting was great. I heard that she got the award, the Golden Raspberry, for being in this movie. But I think she was a great actor. And so was Yoda, Frank Oz, I am. Oh my god, that was bad. My worst Yoda. But I feel like I also really liked Mace Windu in this movie, other than the fact that I didn't really like him in Revenge of the Sith. And Jango Fett was cool. I liked seeing little kid Boba Fett, seeing his backstory, seeing how he was cloned first. But then he was taught he was Jango Fett's son, and I love Jango Fett. Jango Fett's cool. And I love sorry guys, and I also really loved Anakin's. You see Anakin start to the dark side. That was so cool to see if you watched it in theaters. I didn't see, and I didn't. If you guys, I didn't see it in theaters. But if you did see it in theaters, which I think I'm gonna see the rerun, which is gonna be not that long. It's gonna be a couple. It's gonna be like 3 years, right? It's 19. It's been 20 years, right? 25 years, but it's been 22 years. This movie is a 22-year-old, so I gotta wait 3 more years, which is to see it in my favorite movie on screen. This is the best. This is the best. My favorite. It's not the best Star Wars movie, but it's my favorite, and which is the difference between the best movie and between your favorite. Just because the movie's the best does not mean it has to be automatically be your favorite. You could look at a movie, watch it, and say, that's a good one, that's probably one of my favorites. And then you could say, okay, that movie was the best. The best movie beats every other Star Wars, beats whatever movie in whatever franchise. Like, that's Iron Man, the first Iron Man movie, top notch, beats Iron Man 2 and 3, because Iron Man 2 and 3 were not my favorites, but whatever you say. But I feel like the acting in this movie, the plot was great about how Anakin had feelings for Padme and they were sent to protect her. But and then Padme had feelings for Anakin as well. She probably always had when she was 9, which I swear, when I heard that in a video, I always thought that was so weird. I mean, when he gets older, he's 19, she's 24, it makes more sense. I mean, he's an adult. I mean, when you're 18, you're considered an adult. Because you're 18, if you can move out and buy a house, and you're an adult, you know. Hayden Christensen was probably the best, and then him seeing, after the Tusken Raiders killed his mother, he killed them all, and not just the men, but the women, and the children too. They're like animals, and I slaughter them like animals. I hate them. This movie is such a good movie. I watched it. I watched this movie more than I watched any of the other movies. Probably. I used to watch A New Hope all the time, but it's this movie. I'm also gonna change my opinion. This is a really good movie. I rewatched it recently, and I realized these two movies are the exact same thing. But this movie was great. The plot was amazing, and then they fall in love, they get married at the end, and then, you know, Padme's outfits are beautiful, you know, they think they're great. And Anakin is a great character, you know, Obi-Wan's a great character. And that's just proof. I really didn't really like him in all the other movies, but I think he was so cool. Mace Windu was great. And I can't even believe that the fact that I've never seen him on one of these. Was he even on it? Oh my god, he's actually on it. Movies. You know, the poster. I actually really think he's one of my favorites. I love his lightsaber. I have his lightsaber, forged lightsaber in real life. It's it looks like his Clone Wars outfit that he has. You know, the little that white glove that he wears on the top, the emitter, and his colors and his outfit and stuff, and the gold, and I like that too. It's like part of his lightsaber and part outfit, you know, I like that. And it's just like Yoda was great. Like every character in this movie was great, and it only gets better in Revenge of the Sith. That's why it's the second best Star Wars movie. This is the third best Star Wars movie. I think, if you guys disagree, I think I might make a revamped version right now and kind of change everything, you know, up. Kind of changed my opinions. I kind of think I have a lot of change in opinions, except the top 3. These are still great. I think these are great. I think I'm gonna smooth these around, make another ranking every Star Wars movie video again, because my opinions have changed a lot. But I think we're gonna do that on a tier list, ranking every Star Wars movie, ranking every live action Star Wars movie. We might do that because that might be great. I think I might do that for a video, but I'm not sure. And then that's a lot of reasons why this movie is so great. But then we move on to Revenge of the Sith, and that was a good. And then we skip to the Clone Wars. Actually, let's go back to the Clone Wars. I'm on season 3 of the Clone Wars right now. I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna do it over the winter, where I'm because over the winter it's cold. I can drink hot chocolate, have popcorn with a blanket, and just watch the show, because the show is so good. I just don't want to watch it. I'm on the episode where there's a plot with the blue, those blue people. Those blue people. I don't know what they're called, but like they're blue. And then Ahsoka goes to go help him. Go helps the senator figure out something and whatever. I don't remember everything because it's been a while since I've watched it. But guys, so that's when we see more of Anakin's dark side. You see how he uses the sword, made him, more, like, hey, maybe the dark side isn't so bad. Maybe I can use it to save Padme. But when we go to Revenge of the Sith, we see what he's doing and all that stuff. Like the animated show, I heard that in season 7, it's adding more to Revenge of the Sith, the movie. So I think that when I watch season 7, I hope it's what people say. I hope people, because all I heard is season 7's so great. Even it's like the last season. And I've also heard Tales of the Jedi's new season's coming out. I watched all the Tales of the Jedi. And the show was decent. The first season was great. Okay, I think I'm gonna watch Tales of the Jedi second season. I do not like Tales of the Empire. I haven't even watched all of them, but it's so boring. Boring as frick. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys know why I love this movie so much, and I kind of understand and kind of get a feeling why I love this movie. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next video.